time again. Cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again. Cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexistence, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexistence, but to know the real, you just gotta listen.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. I'm your host, K Money, and in the building with me, my co-host, Freddie G, Slash, and Comedian 96. Collectively, we are the Mind of Men. And you can find us on Twitter at 52 Scott Podcast, Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast. And if you're on YouTube, please don't forget to like and or subscribe. Welcome to another True Tuesday. Fellas, I don't think we can let this week go by without talking about the elephant in the room. Social media has been buzzing with Katt Williams' visit to Club Shay Shay. That's Shannon Sharpe's podcast. And Katt seemed to have a lot to get off his chest, which I found thoroughly entertaining as well as interesting. I always thought comedians had that fraternity just like, police. But apparently Katt let it be known that that's not necessarily the case. And I'm glad we do have a comedian on the panel that, he can give us his opinion on that matter, on the subject matter. But you guys catch that interview with Katt and Shannon at Club Shay Shay?
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Man, like I say, Katt had a lot to get off his chest, man, and he definitely let it be known, those that he don't fuck with.
He did.
Yeah,
he did that.
That totally caught me off guard, man, because like I said, I always thought that was a fraternity of comedians. I've never heard any negativity said in the manner that it was said, the way that Katt came out and pretty much stated how, they're more or less a gang.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You agree with that, Comedian 96?
Man, I'm a say this. If you watch movies, it seems like it's always the same group of people in them. With Taraji P, with Dwayne Wade's husband, she's always in the movies. It's the same group, and even in comedy, it's like they are a pact, and they don't let certain people in that pact.
Yeah. Let me ask a question. Do they have the same manager? I mean, could that be the reason also?
No, I think it's more of it's cliquish. So
I'm gonna look out for you.
Yeah, it's more cliquish. So like, how you back in high school, clicking up.
Yeah. Same thing.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Same thing. And it's like, doesn't matter your skill level. It's just a clique, and they like to stick together and just stick with those group of people, and those people grow, and they don't let nobody else in. To me, it's a crabs in a bucket effect, because I can't say that. Let me take that back. I can't say that, because they do it even in the whites. Even it seems like every community do it. They don't let no one in. You'll notice it's the same actor over and over. The Samuel Jacksons, the Denzel Washington. It'll just be the same people over and over. And even though you may find other people that are good, you might see a glimpse of them, but you won't never see them in a major role. The major role people are always the same people.
Right.
Same thing in comedy.
That's. I mean, I hate to hear that, but I can understand. I understand the point that you were trying to make. But again, like I said, I always thought that was a fraternity, because I've never heard any other comedians, speaking out the way Katt did, and I always thought that they were trying to help promote and put each other on. At least, from what I saw. But Katt opened the eyes to a lot of people to, some alleged things that he's heard and seen, which I know he caught Shannon off guard, just looking at the interview. Like I said, and it was thoroughly entertaining to me, man. But the guys that he was speaking out on, guys and females, because he did call out one female that I heard. You know, I'm a fan of all of them, bro.
Right.
You know, I'm a fan of Katt Williams as well. You know, but he claims that he's funnier than all those cats.
Yeah.
You know, how you guys feel about that?
Well, what I'll say, just personally, my opinion, man, Katt one of the coldest ones to do it, and I think it's because of the content that he uses.
Yeah.
And how he make that content funny, and how he makes it fit into a story. But it's also true. On top of his voice sounding the way it sounds.
His voice, his delivery, that contributes to the delivery.
So here's what I really truly want to say about Katt. He's mastered every angle of how the craft is even done. Mm-hmm. He's a genius, bro. He's funnier. You can take him tomorrow and put him in anything, any movie, or give him a stand-up show, and it's going to be funny.
It's going to be funny.
Just because of who he is?
Just because of who he is, how he sound, and his content.
If you notice, he changes with the times. Unlike a lot of these comedians, even, I mean, not to speak down on none of them, but they all are doing the same thing. He mentioned that that Ricky, all he does is the old lady, and he does.
Right.
And you know, if you notice, Steve does the suits. He does the suits. Haven't changed. He's been doing the suits for years.
Well, Steve's not really doing stand-up.
He's not
anymore.
doing stand-up anymore. Same thing with Sid, the suits.
Yeah.
They're not changing with the times. Even with Katt, like you just said, Slash, he is a genius. He changes his hairstyle. Yeah. He changes the style he dress.
Yeah.
He changes with the time.
Yeah, he's recreating himself.
Yeah.
You know, he's evolving every time.
He go all out every time.
Yeah.
So he is. I say he is separated from any other comedians. He's on another level from those other ones that I may have mentioned before.
He truly is. You know, Katt on something different, man. And you know, it's possible that some of the material that he was saying on the show could possibly be true. You know, we truly don't know at that point. It's just kind of about what you believe. You know, because he mentioned some stuff going on, you know.
Right.
Well, you know it's going to be a domino effect from this, which some of the people that he spoke on have commented, which I haven't heard all of them.
Yeah.
You know, but I know Q did speak on the Money Mike incident.
Right.
And, you know, he cleared it up saying that, you know, Ricky
wasn't supposed to have that part.
Well, he said that, you know, when he interviewed for the role, he did give him,
he
let him read, you know, some of Money Mike's parts. So, which he said everybody that interviewed, I guess, read more than what they were actually auditioning for.
Right.
But he said when Katt did it, you know, he just put another spin to the pimp role,
character.
and and he said Ricky made a better Santa anyway, you know, which made sense to me, but. You know, it's a lot of things. Like I said, it's going to be a domino effect,
right? And
I am looking forward to some of the rebuttals, if you want to call it that.
It's going to be a lot of that too, a lot of rebuttals.
Well, here's the thing about the rebuttals. They came. One thing about, I think I think all of us agree. If somebody says something wrong about you, just say somebody said, I don't know. I'm not going to use that because I don't want to offend nobody. Just say somebody said I saw you with 10 girls. And you know doggone well you ain't seen me with no damn 10 girls. Are you going to even respond to that? Are you going to even... Why?
But a comedian, bro. These are comedians we talking about.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
If it's not true, I don't care what you say as a comedian. You can call me whatever you want. If it's not true, I'm not going to respond to you. I'm not going to say nothing.
You're not going to entertain it because you know it's not true.
Right. So for them to pop out like this, like roaches... and respond this fast. Let me explain. Even I listen to Ricky's. That was the most. All you hear is
Ricky responded to Katt.
Yeah, he actually
all
did.
You hear is He was one of the
he
first
responded
ones.
to it. I listened to the Ricky Smiley morning show.
I do
too.
Some mornings. And I did hear his response to it, and he actually had somebody call an attorney or his manager at the time.
When you go
also confirm.
When you got to do all that. When you got to do all that.
Yeah, I mean, he went to
So
man, come on.
Check it out, man. So y'all said a lot. I want to address some of the stuff that's been said. So Katt Williams saying that he's pretty much the funniest or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. I think that that's subjective, number one. Mm-hmm. I like Katt Williams. I think he's hilarious.
Right.
Yeah.
But it depends on what type of funny I'm in for that day.
That day.
I'm in the mood for
Right.
that day.
Right.
You know, so depending on what type of funny I'm in the mood for, that's going to determine, okay, yeah, man, I want to hear this kind of funny today. Because sometimes I don't want to hear Katt Williams funny.
Yeah.
Sometimes I really don't want to hear his funny, but I think he's hilarious. Now, I will share this with you. In regards to Ricky Smiley, I did hear him come with his rebuttal to what Katt said and his manager that was on the show.
Right.
Here's the thing. Ricky Smiley responded because somebody called him a liar.
Right.
And here's the thing. You got to ask yourself, Cube did come and clear up whatever misunderstanding that may be. Yeah. And with that being said, when Cube put it out there, it seems as if that backs up what Ricky Smiley said.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
I don't know.
Because if Ricky Smiley said, hey, I auditioned for this role, and then Cube comes out and say, Ricky did audition for this role, we just think that Katt was funnier.
Right. Well, Katt even said that 200 other comedians
people,
actually auditioned for the role.
So everybody, the other 199, they can also say what Ricky Smiley said, that they auditioned for the role. So did Ricky Smiley actually lie?
Well, I think there's a different explanation for it, because what Katt Williams said was that Ricky told the people that he was supposed to have that
behind
role.
the scenes. Katt was saying that Ricky was saying this, that, and the other.
Instead of Katt Williams getting the part.
Okay, now here's the thing though. What would make Ricky a liar is if the people he was saying behind the scenes
they come out. Yeah, and expose.
Those people haven't come out.
Yeah.
The only thing that didn't come out is that Ice Cube validated what Ricky said.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing. These other people would have to come out. Until these other people come out, did he really lie? Now, as far as the funniest comedian on the planet, again, that's subjective.
Yeah,
but I will say this. Right now, in my opinion, ain't nobody touching Lavelle Crawford, man.
Yeah, Lavelle, I like Lavelle.
I love Lavelle.
Ain't nobody touching Lavelle
let me ask you this. Did it, you said validated Ricky, but at the same time, it did not validate
Katt.
No, but here's the thing. Katt is not saying, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Katt was validated when we saw him on the screen. We know who played him. It was Katt.
Right.
So this ain't saying that we validate. No, we know who ended up with the role.
Right.
The question is did Ricky Smiley audition for the role? And the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Now, Katt did say that he had wrote the role for Money Mike. Right. Cube said the role was already written, but Katt pretty much just
fine-tuned it.
Which
Cube also said that when he hired comedians and stuff for shows, they give them leeways like 3 takes or whatever to add to do their own flavor.
Right.
So you got to ask yourself, okay, well, Ricky, you could have misled the people by saying you should have gotten a role, but Katt, you also misled the people by saying you wrote the role.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So did you lie on there too?
And that's why I mentioned that, because it kind of makes Katt look suspect.
That's the one part I can see.
That's the only part. That's what it's about.
I can see you adding some parts to a role that's already written.
But that's what he said he did. He was, and he has been one of the only known comedians to be able to switch the lines in a role in certain shows, or kind of switch the role a little bit. To be a new comedian, he was able to do that. So I think it's something that he uses, because he said for the what is it, the one he in the movie where he was the pimp. He switched that role from it being the pimp getting raped. In the movie.
Cube said he would never produce a movie.
He wrote it. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
He said that he would never produce a movie where
Wow.
anybody was getting raped.
And,
So that was a lie.
And there was because
So-
Q come out and say no, that wasn't in there.
That wasn't in there. Yeah. So Katt Williams, now he lied there. If that's the
If
case,
that's the
right?
case, he lied.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm
though.
a Katt fan, but
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Can you really call him a lie? Because check it out.
Yeah.
You know that something can be written and say to the effect of, hey, make it like this guy took your booty.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, so what we want to do is we want to show you pulling your pants up.
Right.
Or walking
To
out with your
lead
hand.
the
Out
viewer,
of the place.
whoever viewed
Yeah.
it,
To
to be
believe
like,
that this
okay,
just
then he
happened.
just took his booty.
Yeah.
But you use the word rape during the interview because it paints a picture
Picture.
of something harsh.
Gotcha.
Well, so it's all
It's
this stuff is
wordplay.
how you interpret it. So when you
gotcha.
listening to this stuff on the internet and you listen to all this stuff, man, sometimes you gotta really truly use some common sense,
Right.
And hear the unspoken words sometimes too, if that
Exactly.
even makes sense.
That's a
Yeah,
gift
no,
to
no,
some.
that makes sense. That makes sense. I ain't look at it that way. You're right. Okay.
I saw the Ricky Smiley interview, and it's crazy that I saw the interviews after Katt had come out, you know,
Right.
accusing him. I saw Ricky
Like
Smiley and I saw Steve
Harvey.
Harvey interview.
Yeah.
And
And Faison Loves and
I didn't see all of that, but
Yeah,
I
I
did
seen
watch
all of
some of Steve Harvey's
Yeah.
stuff.
I haven't seen Faison or heard anything from Faison. But
you got a bunch
Katt-
of them. I don't know how you.
Katt definitely has beef with Said because, you know, he made it seem like, you know, once he sees Said on site,
Right.
it's on
It's on,
physically.
Yeah.
And
Physically.
yeah, he was like,
He said he'll punch him in the stomach.
Oh, you gonna have to punch him a
he
bunch
said
of
that
times.
they've never been in the same room in 20 some odd years.
Wow.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though.
Damn.
Here's the thing with that. I can see how you can be an actor in Hollywood or a comedian and never be in the room with somebody for X amount of years because y'all traveling, y'all too busy doing y'all
Right.
own thing, and before you know it, time has lapsed.
Yeah.
You know, so I can kind of see where y'all in crossing paths like that.
I mean, in the comedy field, I just feel, you know, and I can see where Comedian 96 earlier was saying how it's more or less a clique. But, you know, depending on what the event is, you would normally see the same group of people, you know, either celebrating, partying, and whatnot. Same comedians, same rappers, same singers, you know, actors. They all in the same, you know, celebration going on. Grammys, Oscars, things of that nature.
Yes.
I forgot where I was going with this, but
I think it's two different cliques, though. Right? You got it's this week is Katt crying, right? Who was crying last week? It was an
you're saying
actress.
he's crying.
Who was crying? Who was, I'm going to say not crying, but expressing themselves. What actress was expressing themselves last week?
Well, Katt is expressing himself because he was things were said and his name was brought up that he felt was fabricated.
Right.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. It's a point I'm trying to make. I think
I don't know if you can make that connection with Taraji P. Henson.
Right.
What, I know what
you know where I'm going with it,
Yeah,
right?
I don't know if you can make that connection with Taraji P. Henson because that had to do with pay.
That had to do with pay.
And
It
being
is.
underpaid.
Right.
But
it was
it's
about money.
still unfairness. And in Katt's, whatever they're doing, taking joke, all that is unfair. It's not right, right?
Now-
So, the situation is different, but both of them is out. They both unfair, no matter which way you look at it.
I can understand the unfairness, but let's be honest. Let's be 100% honest. You could take your top comedian of all time, whomever. They all regurgitate jokes. How many comedians you know talk about white people on stage versus black people? What a black person would do with us in a situation versus a white person would do.
All of them.
I got a good question, Comedian 96, and to kind of touch on what Freddie G was saying, and I'm sorry if I stepped on your toes just now, but you have comedians that are performing at these small clubs that
Right.
don't nobody know of. You telling me they jokes not getting taken?
Oh, they are.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, they definitely are.
Yeah.
I when I first started, man, there'd be people in there with pens and paper and tablets.
So
you be
you
like-
have anybody ever stole some of your material?
I've given my material away. I've never heard nobody say my material. I've given my material away and someone said it, but I've given it away.
Oh. So
But other than that, I'm ignorant. I come on stage.
So
I don't
this is
care who
something
you are.
that's
You can say,
common.
I don't care. It could be the Tonys, Oscars.
Right.
Don't invite me to them, because if you say my joke, and from word, I'm coming to come talk to you about
take
it. I don't
it-
So
care.
question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
If this is something that does happen common in the comedy field,
Mm-hmm.
why would Katt take it so personal?
Well, it's Katt's what he's trying to.
And I know you can't speak for him, but just if
No,
you
no.
give me
I on this. I know what he's speaking of. It's the unfairness. It's too many. Give you a good example. Gary Owens. He talked about Gary Owens.
Right.
Gary Owens had no clue. He thought he was in it, but he didn't know he was being praised by Katt. So he jumped on. He was like, "Oh my God, I didn't know," because he basically said, "You've been in the game 25 years, and
still
you
can't cross over."
Exactly. So it's that the unfairness and the people that you're choosing that are not really actually comedians, ain't really that damn good, but you won't let the people get on that need to be on.
So, and just to kind of talk about what you're talking about now, there are people that I've heard them say that they are gatekeepers in and even the entertainment world, period.
Right.
So I'm sure that actual part of the entertainment field has its own gatekeepers. So I've heard personally that Kevin Hart was
The gatekeeper.
a
A gatekeeper. And that's hence the Taraji P. Henson.
Yeah.
It's the Oprah and the Tylers of the gatekeepers.
Let me ask y'all a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all think at one point in Katt's career, versus he was on, or he's always been the same as far as his level of success? Has it declined over the years?
It risen to me. His was just more underground because he can't move with Hollywood. He's got to move like Corey.
You know that he had a TV show
Mm-hmm.
that was canceled, a couple TV shows that was canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Now, during that was years ago.
Right.
Now, during those shows, he no longer have those shows now. But when he had those shows, was he on? When he had those shows before they were canceled, would you consider him being on?
Well, he has 20. How many did he say he had?
No,
20?
no. I'm
19.
talking about the
19?
We know about the Netflix special.
He's talking about TV
What
shows.
I'm asking you,
Yes.
What I'm asking you is, Katt had a couple TV shows he was a part of,
Right.
that was canceled. Prior to them being canceled, would you have considered him being on?
Like at the peak of his career.
Yeah, because he don't have those shows anymore.
yeah.
I still say he was on because his
So he was
always hot.
During then, was he on? Would you consider him on during that time when he had those shows?
I don't remember those shows.
I don't either.
Yeah,
I do.
they
He
didn't
was
make it past the pilot.
No, he was on what's his name show with the dude that
Garage.
played Major Payne and Gina's husband, Gina from
Damon Wayans.
Damon Wayans and
He had a-
Tisha Campbell. They were at a show. He was on that show.
It
That
was,
lasted
it
a
was
long
another
time.
show too, where it was they was working in a garage or something.
I remember that. That did not last
Okay.
long
Yeah,
at
it
all.
didn't last.
One, it was the pilot. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that's it.
So
Now,
my point I'm trying to get to is, before those shows were canceled, would you have considered him being on? He had comedy going for him, and now he's on television.
So this is what I would need to know about. What year were these TV shows around
Around the time where he was booming with his comedy.
booming 97,
Okay.
98.
When
I
you
would,
first
I would have to say he was on.
He was
yeah,
on.
he's
Okay.
always been
Yeah.
hot.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
He
my
was
point.
on
So
then.
you would consider him
Yeah.
during that time
Of
being
course.
on.
Yeah.
Now, he don't have those TV shows anymore. Is he on? Now, the Netflix is still there. The comedy shows is touring, never stopped. It's
Yeah,
still there.
ain't they stop?
Only thing that's different, he doesn't have those shows, and you haven't seen him in hardly no more movies. Is he? Do you still think he's on
Yeah, I do.
Yes,
I do.
Yeah.
at the level he was then?
Yeah.
With he don't have any movies. He don't
Yeah.
have any shows.
I
So
think
he's still
he's still
equal
at
those
that-
levels,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
I
maybe a little
believe so.
higher. Maybe a little higher.
So, what is the complaint? Is he trying to get in? Is he trying to get on?
Is it? I get what you're saying. Is this something he's
not-
using?
he's not hitting the Marvel studio, the big movies. He's hitting the low budget Ice Cube, Tyler Perry.
What other role can you see him in other than what he's been playing?
Exactly, because like we said earlier, just because of the way he sounds makes him funny.
He's a
His
comedian.
voice.
Yeah, what other roles can you see him in other than what he's been playing?
He can be
He can play any role. I
you know
think,
how they
man.
do the cartoons? He could be a character in
Yeah,
one
well,
of the
he
busy
did
movies.
Boondocks.
He can do a voiceover for
He did
that. He got
Boondocks.
the voice
But-
for it.
He
But
did what? I'm
He
glad
did the
you said that.
Boondocks. He was on the Boondocks
That's
as
what
a
I'm
pimp.
saying.
That's Money
voiceovers.
Mike, though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Wasn't Money Mike on
So
that?
what
Yeah.
other roles can listen to the question?
Yeah.
What other roles can you see Katt Williams playing other than the roles
Good question.
he has been playing?
Okay.
A detective.
But he'd have to be a funny detective.
It's gonna be something comedic.
Comedy. Yeah.
It's not gonna be serious.
Yeah. It's not gonna be
But
serious.
he's a comedian.
I get your point.
But
okay.
he's
I
a
get your
comedian.
point. I get your point.
And it's okay to be in that lane, though, actually, man, because you don't have to be a movie star and a comedian.
So let me ask you.
Mm-hmm.
So there is do y'all agree that there is a level that he could go even higher than what he is now?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, I do.
So do you think that that's his argument?
That's his argument. That's
Okay,
what
okay.
I think his argument is.
It's possible.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
So how? So if that's his argument, and he can go higher. Why is he saying? And I know the answer to this. Why is he saying that he pretty much can't get in? What is it? What is it going on with
Did
him?
he say he couldn't get in?
Well, not those exact words,
I
but he
mean-
called out people, right?
I think
and he
I,
said,
I understood him as not choosing the way that they got in.
"Okay,
Right.
Yes.
That was
so
it.
so that's well."
Okay.
That was it.
So tell me why he K-Money, why he say that he can get in not choosing that way.
I mean, it's just a lot of things that he allegedly said that was being done that he just didn't agree with. You
What are
know,
those things?
Yeah, it was a lot of stuff, man. You know, I was surprised that the man would even say some of the stuff that he would say.
well, I mean, you know, stealing jokes was one of them. I was gonna ask because I heard Kevin Hart's name mentioned, but I just didn't hear if he said anything negative about Kevin Hart, and I wanted to ask that question.
Well,
because
one of the
They've
negative
been
things
beefing for a minute.
he said about Kevin Hart was this, kind of going with what you were saying, Freddie G, that some of the movies that Kevin Hart was offered to him. But because of the content and what the black man have to be in this role, he turned it down. But because of the type of stuff it was, he said Katt Williams accepted it. You know, with as far as a man being gay in a role,
Wearing a dress.
wearing a dress.
well, Kevin has never played a role where he's wore a dress, has he?
Yes, he has.
They got him, man.
Yeah, and they got a video of him saying,
So-
"I will not wear a
they-
dress."
they- but okay,
Damn.
so now that makes me think about an episode that we did that Comedian 96 brought up, and that was straight men playing gay roles,
Right.
having gay tendencies.
Right.
So, are y'all saying, because we think about some of these greats in the past,
Yeah.
Yeah.
are y'all saying that if you put on some lipstick, if you put on some earrings
Yeah.
or dress, anything that has to do with females, makes you compromise who you are as a man? Because that's basically what Katt Williams is saying. And,
Right.
but he's not actually saying that they giving up booty.
Right.
Right.
Now he's smart enough to leave it up to your interpretation as the
Of what
listener.
you think
That's
right.
why
It's
you got to be
meaning.
careful
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
the things that you listening to and
Exactly.
you hearing.
Right.
Because what you may interpret
Yeah.
may not be what
not
the
be
next
what
man
he's saying.
interpreting, and he can
Yeah.
easily say that's not what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because it is mine. He's saying,
so because I've seen, I'm sorry, but I've seen Bill Cosby with a fruit basket on his head. I've seen Bill
Yeah.
Cosby with earrings on.
Yeah. I saw that same picture.
So I've seen some stuff.
yeah.
right? So I don't think he's gay.
Well,
I don't think he had to give up no butt to get to where he is.
I don't either.
But in that interview, Katt said that he made, and not let me say he said, but he made accusations of that, of a gay sexual act with certain people in the industry. He did say that.
Okay, so with that being said, there's gay people all over everywhere. Right? So you can be gay and in the closet. You can be with a producer that's gay. And if you're gay and you just haven't come out yet, so what? Right?
Yeah.
Right.
So what?
Right.
So what does that do for the male and black male part of Hollywood, though?
I don't think that. So let me show you something. I don't think that does anything. I'm gonna tell you why. I know gay people.
Right.
Those gay people are cool with me.
Right.
I'm cool with them. Those gay people don't try me in that way because they know I don't get down like that. I can walk up to a gay dude that I know, what's up, man? Because we grew up together. Hey, what's going on, man? Right?
Right.
So there's nothing homophobic about me. I'm not gay. So I have no problem with another man, actually, a man that I know, say, man, I seen Fred talk to this gay dude. Nigga, and what?
Yeah.
Nigga, what? I'm cool.
So,
Yeah.
So people, when you put stuff out there like that, right? The people that's receiving this information, I would say you need to question the person that's giving you this information, because what picture you trying to paint me, want me to paint for me? What are you doing by bringing me this information?
Yeah.
What is that doing?
In a nutshell, though, honestly, Katt, all he's saying is these guys is out here wearing these dresses in these movies. If you're compromised to do that, what else will you compromise? And I think that's basically what he's saying. He might not saying you ain't doing it and, you ain't going no further. But if you compromise to wear that dress or these earrings or that knit basket or whatever, what else would you compromise?
I get that. But here's the thing. What one person may compromise and do limits may not be the other. But on the flip side, you can say, you know what? Man, you out here leaving your kid in this car and you running in the store and this kid is 3 years old.
Facts.
If you compromising your child's life could be kidnapped or something, what else would you compromise?
Right.
So it depends on the view and how you viewing this stuff.
View it, yep.
Right.
Yeah. Like you said, you have to be careful when you repeating something that you heard and make sure that it was interpreted, likewise. Because you can't. There are repercussions, as we know, and Nicki Minaj has shown that. When never mind.
No, tell me, because I want to hear that. I don't know.
Well, that's when she sued. I think it was Nicki Minaj that sued someone for.
You're talking about Cardi B.
Cardi B. Okay, yes, I knew I was one of the females.
Yeah. Sued that. Okay.
Yeah. She's shown that you got to be careful what you repeat,
What you say.
the news that you repeat.
Right. And that was somebody that couldn't even match up to the type of money she was asking for.
Yeah.
But
I'd like to thank y'all for joining us today on True Tuesday. Want to also repeat, if there's a topic out there that you'd like for us to discuss, hit us up on our DMs on IG. This concludes another True Tuesday episode, and be sure you tune in tomorrow for Women Wednesday with Freddie G. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at 52 Scott Podcast, on Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast. And for all you YouTubers, don't forget to like and subscribe. And to all my 52 Scott faithfuls, it may be new to you, but if you heard it here, then you know it's true.
Life is coexistence, but to know the real